Hello, my name is Dana Mahoney, and I'm a research analyst with Goldline Research. Goldline Research is an independent market research firm that evaluates professional services providers throughout the United States. We recently completed an evaluation of credit and debt professionals in the eastern U.S., which was a follow-up to our research on credit and debt professionals in the western U.S. This presentation contains a brief overview of the services that credit and debt professionals provide, recommendations for working with a credit and debt firm, our research findings and methodology, and of course a summary. So, what do credit and debt firms actually do? There's a great deal of confusion in the consumer marketplace regarding the types of services that these firms provide, and unfortunately there are a number of firms out there that are out to take consumers' money without providing high-quality services. Let me summarize what they do. Credit and debt firms assist consumers who need help improving credit and/or paying down or reducing debt. An example might be someone who has significant credit card debt and cannot meet minimum monthly payments. There are two primary types of credit and debt firms that you should consider: credit counseling firms and debt settlement and negotiation firms. As I mentioned a moment ago, there are two primary types of firms in the industry. Although there is education and, in more dire circumstances, bankruptcy certification, but for now let's focus on the two primary types of firms. This slide is going to address the services that credit counseling firms offer. A credit counseling firm helps educate you about your personal finance and will work with you to create a debt management plan. A debt management plan consolidates all of your debt into a single payment stream managed by the credit counseling firm at a lower interest rate than each individual debts would carry. Typically, credit counseling firms get paid by the creditor, for example the credit card company, for the services that they provide you. Credit counseling firms are often nonprofit. This next slide is going to address the services that debt settlement firms offer. Debt settlement firms negotiate with your creditors, for example the credit card companies, to reduce the amount of outstanding debt that you owe. Typical reductions are 40 to 50% of the debt amount. Once the creditor agrees to a reduced amount and you pay off the debt, the creditors cannot come back to you and ask for more money. You pay the debt settlement firm an upfront amount, usually the percentage of your debt, for their services. Based upon our experience working with and interacting with some of the leading credit and debt professionals throughout the United States, here are some of the things that we would recommend that you would consider when working with a credit and debt firm. Do work with firms that have at least 5 years of industry experience. Do work with firms that can document compliance with the Fair Credit Reporting Act. Do ask the firm that you are working with, how are they getting paid? By the creditor? By you? Do ask to speak with a client like you to learn about his or her experience. Do not work with firms that guarantee credit repair services, as some postings on your credit report cannot be removed. Do not miss payments if you are on a debt management plan or if you have agreed to a reduction of debt through debt settlement. And do not take out new credit while under debt management plans or debt settlement, as this can interrupt the ability to settle the debt. Note that this is not an exhaustive list, but we hope that you use it as a good starting point in your search for the right professional. Now, on to our research findings. As I mentioned earlier, Goldline Research is an independent market research firm. We undertook a multi-month research process to evaluate credit and debt professionals in the eastern U.S. Our research process includes identifying all the players in the industry, evaluating current market dynamics, individual company interviews with those firms that we think are providing outstanding service, and consumer interviews to understand the quality of the services that they are receiving. During our research, we identified more than 3,300 credit and debt firms in the eastern U.S. We define the eastern U.S. as a 31-state region from Minnesota to Louisiana and east. We found that there is some concentration of firms in Florida, New Jersey, and New York. The three states account for 33% of the firms in the region. This suggests that those states may be emerging as hubs for the industry in the eastern portion of the United States. We also found that the typical firm in the region has about 8 years of industry experience and employs 11 people and has about 950 clients. So in summary, what did we learn during this effort to research credit and debt professionals in the eastern United States? There are more than 3,300 credit and debt professionals in the eastern U.S. to choose from. Stick with firms and professionals that have at least 5 years of industry experience. Once in a debt management plan or debt settlement, make sure that you do not miss your payments. Most firms offer either credit counseling or debt settlement and emphasize consumer education about credit and debt. If you have any questions or need more information about us, please feel free to visit our website at www.goldlineresearch.com or call us at 415-892-9400. Thank you.